Hi. These days, I feel everyone around me is either figuring out life or pretending they already have figured it out, and I am somewhere in between, trying, overthinking, learning, and occasionally wondering how everyone else looks so sure. If you are also quietly confused, welcome, you're not alone. Hi, I'm Saloni. Welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. And in this segment, we talk heart to heart. And today we are going to talk about figuring out life because I am yet to figure it out. So let's think about it. Why figuring out life feels so heavy? I'll tell you. There is this unspoken pressure to have all the answers in life, to know what you are doing, even to look confident while doing it. Sometimes it just shows up in smaller ways, like imagine someone casually asks you, so what's next for you? And suddenly either your mind goes blank or get other way around, get bombarded with thousands of thoughts in like single minute. We tend to think that we will be ready when we have all the answers in life, and we are not ready within the confusion phase. We always seek a validation in everything. You know what? Even people we admire the most were once unsure. Some of them were lost, some failed publicly, some had to start over more than once. So what I'm trying to say is कि most people are still figuring it out. Some are just better at hiding it. जब कभी भी figuring out life का topic आता है, so we have this loudest voice in the room called as career. अब मेरे career का क्या होगा? या it could be simple as what is your future plan. Some people love what they do. Some people feel stuck. Some people keep changing their plans, their mind, and often get guilty of it. Honestly, I used to think not having clarity means I was doing something wrong. But then, like I was falling behind on an invisible timeline. Apparently, everyone else has a 5-year plan in place. And trust me, I have had days where just opening my laptop felt like a progress. But then I have realized later on that even people we now call successful have talked about being rejected, starting late, or realizing the first plan wasn't the best plan for them. So confusion, I feel, doesn't mean you are lost. Sometimes it just means you are just still learning what actually fits in. So we talked about career. Then there is second most important thing we do to enjoy our life. We call it hobbies and passion. Until someone asks, but what will you do with it? Like it's good, okay, you have few hobbies or you have a single hobby for that matter, but then what would you do out of it? So, and suddenly something that felt light abhi tak starts feeling like we need a plan for it. A lot of us grew up loving things without thinking of outcomes, right? Drawing, writing, dancing, reading, doing things just because they felt good. Somewhere along the way, joy became productivity, and if you were good at something, you were expected to turn it into a career. I mean, that is how society project things while we inculcate or while we while we enjoy doing some activities which we call hobbies. Uh, but not everything you love needs to grow, scale, or make sense, right? Some people we admire have, okay, some people to whom we admire have spoken about it too. How certainly things in their life exist only to keep them grounded. No audience, no pressure, no end goals. I am learning the hobbies are not about finding the purpose. They are about remembering who you are when nobody is watching. That's what they say. And maybe figuring out life isn't about discovering one big passion. It could be about allowing yourself to enjoy many smaller ones without any guilt. Okay, so we talked about career, we talked about hobbies. There is this third and very important topic or thing. We generally think about it a lot and we try to figure out life from the lens of this, and this is called health. It could be your mental health, it can be your physical health. Health is like another one of the most concerning point, I feel, when it comes to figuring out life. Some days you eat well, you move your body, you drink enough of water, and then there are other days where you just survive. And for a long time, I thought inconsistency means I didn't care enough. But that's not the truth. Now I'm learning that taking care of yourself doesn't look same every day. Even people we look up to have, stepped back when it felt heavy for them, not because they were weak, but they listen to their mind and body. If their body is not allowing them to like step up a random day, they don't like push it so hard that their system shuts down to that extent. If I have to put it in a simple way, I would say healing isn't linear and neither being human is. So both the days, good and survival days, do count. Now that we have talked about career, health, hobbies, career, hobbies, health, there is this fourth important aspect, that is relationship with people slash with yourself. So there are people outgrowing for us there are people whom we want to outgrow, and then there are people we miss, and some of us are like learning how to be alone without feeling lonely. So figuring out life also means figuring out yourself in some way, and that version keeps changing. The surrounding, I have learned this in a hard way, that the surroundings you once wanted might not make sense anymore, and that does not mean that you were wrong back then. It just simply means that you have evolved and you are now better version of yourself. And honestly, it is really okay to cut off people and have a like limited circle. I would suggest, like, what I have experienced so far is the most important relationship which you can trust on and look up to is the relationship with yourself. Like they say, start loving yourself first, then only the world is going to love you. If you don't love yourself first, nobody is going to acknowledge that you are worthy of loving. Okay, so I think we have covered all the major things wherein we try to figure out life. And if you are still here and thinking, why do I still feel like I don't know what am I doing? Know this, you're not done yet. You're just in the process, and this is life. I mean, it's okay to be in process because the life is meant to be lived, not to be figured out. Okay. All I want to say is ki don't try to jump. We are humans, we are not robots. There is no programming for us to reach to the end goal in like just like that. You might not have all the answers today, and that's perfectly fine, honestly. And I want to end this video on this note that don't forget to be gentle with yourself while you keep searching for all your answers. I hope you have a good time, and with this, see you. Bye bye.